Kids, go and shag your balls. Hello and welcome back to Talking Shit with a Yank and a Brit. How you doing, Kate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Very good. Just come out of a little band rehearsal.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it's good. It's like band camp, but no one stuck a flute up their pussy.
So when you have rehearsal, is that like, what's that like? Do you guys have a plan or do you just wing it like we do with this podcast?
It depends on what we're doing, really. Sometimes we have certain songs we want to work on and practice those. But at the moment, we are working on new material. So we might have a little jam or work on and relearn like old songs that the band wrote years ago that we might want to play around with. And that's what we were doing.
Original stuff?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you
I'm
guys
not
ever...
much
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, you go. I insist. Go.
I don't write much, but Chaz does. So we look at his songs.
Do you guys ever have creative differences that result in almost splitting up?
No, it's not got that bad. We've been friends for so long now that it's pretty simple. But we have been having a very long discussion on the band name. We've changed it like 3 times now. And then we decided on one, but now it seems like we're backtracking and going back to another one.
So you had band practice yesterday. It went well. And I realized yesterday when I was chatting with you, when you were with them, that I've never met Jamma.
Have you not?
I don't think so.
Him and Chaz have done a lot of travelling over the years. So maybe that's why. But next time you come, I will introduce you.
Finally have that introduction. So, and I was kind of giving them shit because I don't think either of them or maybe one of them hadn't listened to the podcast. And I was like, that's really fucked up. But I think I've shamed them into now being rabid fans.
Yes. They have now listened. So that's good.
Good. Oh, well, so you had band practice. I had not a lot on, but I did recently become a clergy because I was pretty official. I was asked to officiate a wedding this summer for some dear friends of ours, Matthew and David. And I had to go through a process so that I could do it legitimately to make sure they were married.
Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it just seems like kind of a joke process, but it's, I went to a website of a organization that's like, pay us some money and we'll make you official based on the state that you're in. And now I have, a credentials of ministry card and a little badge that says clergy and a little certificate, and it's all very official. So I can do weddings anywhere in the state of Minnesota now for anyone who's interested.
Ah, great. Okay. So it's that easy.
My fees are very reasonable as well. In fact, just let me eat food at the wedding and maybe have some drinks, and that'll be it.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind. I mean, I'm probably not going to get married anytime soon, but I will. Does it last forever, or do you have to renew it?
I don't think it expires, but for maybe like the jurisdiction you're in, you might have to go and re-register there. So
Okay. Well, that's exciting. Do you feel nervous about doing it?
I do. It's this September, so there's still time, but I just want to do a good job, and I want to make sure, I say the things that they want me to say, and so I very much want to get type A about it and like schedule meetings with them and individually and together and follow them around for a while even though I know them well, I probably don't need to do this, but I'll study them and really kind of um, try to get into the role of officiant, but also them so that I can really speak to their love and their union.
Aw.
I'm going to make people cry. That's my goal.
I'm sure you will. It's
Mm,
gonna be emotional.
mm, yep.
So, actually, while we're on the subject, um, weddings in America seem slightly different to those over here in the UK.
They do. Uh, and I don't think I ever really thought about it until maybe we were there last summer and we attended two
Mm,
weddings. And I think there's some similarities. Obviously, it's a big
yeah.
party ceremony, all of that.
Mhm.
But what did you notice for our wedding that seemed unusual?
So, first thing was the dress reveal.
Okay.
So, in America, you reveal your dress to your groom and yourself, obviously, not just the dress, you in the dress. And that happens prior to the ceremony, doesn't it?
Y- yeah, and I don't think I really knew about that until I was in a wedding, and actually the wedding that I met Sean at. And I remember like the bride going off to basically have a little photo shoot of that kind of first look
Mhm.
and being like, oh, that seems like I don't want to do that. But then, of course, we did it. And it was so awkward. Like those pictures from, they're not good. And I don't think Sean and I really knew what to do with ourselves. And
Like, how to handle it.
yeah. And also, it, it's it just seems kinda dumb. I don't know. That's a tradition that I think's kinda dumb, but it very much is a tradition, whereas
Mm.
in England, is it like the first look is when the bride's walking down the aisle?
Yeah, and it's traditionally known that it's bad luck for the groom to see the bride before that moment in time.
So
S
that's true here too. I don't know why this first look maybe we've changed the bad luck
Yeah,
to as long as it's
superstition.
not before yeah, maybe it's not before the ceremony anymore, it's just
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
the wedding day maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember Sean mentioning that when we were all sort of getting ready for the wedding, and I was like, "What the fuck? You're going to see her before the wedding?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's new. I've never
Mhm.
heard of this before."
Yep. Well, and one thing that I've said a lot about weddings is that they're for other people,
Yeah.
And so I realized that I could have been like, I'm not doing that, but probably because I thought maybe, I don't know, people wanted pictures or Sean or I don't know. But
Mhm.
looking at I'm not very photogenic, and so I'm just like, these are all really bad.
Oh, shut up.
I just, it's like, oh, I happen to be kind of looking a certain way and I've got 7 chins in this picture. Cool.
Fantastic. I've always wanted that many chins.
Mhm. Let's just blow this photo up and put it right on our wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the ceremony seemed pretty similar. I remember
Mhm.
crying during your vows actually, which I did not
Aw.
expect to happen because I'm not very emotional at weddings. Actually, no, that's a lie. Now I'm getting older, I get more and more emotional because I'm just a blubbery mess.
Mhm.
Um,
Was it because you're like, "I just never thought Sean would ever get married?"
never thought we'd see the day. No, it's just really sweet and really honest and uh, like genuine. I'd only ever been to kind of church weddings in England up until that point, where the vows are sort of very Bible based,
Mhm.
and they're all very much the same. The vicar says something and you have to repeat it. I'd never seen a wedding where it was like personalised vows,
Oh.
so that was nice. I have been to them since in the UK.
Mhm. Well, you know, I think that's yeah, I've been to a bunch of different weddings of different religions and different styles and stuff too. And I think I kinda just wanted to get it over with, first of all.
Yeah, I remember you and Sean talking about it, like, in the days on the lead up to the wedding, and you were both just like, I just wanna get it done now, I'm sick of it."
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's part of the thing with the first look and all the pictures and stuff is I'm just like, this is stressful and I'm not
Mm,
actually really enjoying myself doing this, like the pictures and all of that, just because it was really uncomfortable. And uh, so the hope was we could make kind of the ceremony the shortest bit so that we could
mhm.
get to the fun bit really fast.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've been to weddings, I think it's Catholic weddings here, where the ceremony can be, like, an hour and a half.
Hmm.
That's too
Hmm.
much, guys. Like,
Singing up, stand up, sit down.
yep.
Yeah, I also neither of us are super religious.
Mm,
And so I think both of us agreed that what would be the point of having a bunch of biblical and religious dogma in our ceremony if that's not really
mhm.
kind of how we operate.
Yeah.
So, my stepdad officiated the wedding and he wrote some really nice kind of like personalized stuff too, and then we had our
Mhm.
vows and I think the whole thing lasted probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, I remember it being quick, and it was super hot that day as well, wasn't it?
Shockingly, I mean, considering that early in May we've had snow
Yeah.
and it's end of April right now and we had snow 2 days ago. So,
Mm.
it was always a risk, but I think we lucked out. The one thing that surprised me about my own wedding was getting pelted in the face with rice as I walked down the stairs. And bye, everyone. Thanks for that.
I think they've banned throwing rice here now.
Is that what you threw at me, or was it something else? Birdseed, maybe?
I can't remember. Yeah.
I think it might have been birdseed.
I wanted to attract all the birds to your
Mhm.
hair.
Yep. Yep, and then I got attacked by a bunch of birds and had to go to the hospital, so that was fun.
And that was the end of the day.
Everyone else had
So
a really fun party, and I had to stay at the hospital.
so yeah, after that, did you do pictures after that? After the ceremony, or was it?
Yeah, you might remember everyone went in to kinda have, like, a cocktail hour, and
Yeah.
we were poor, so we only were able to put so much money behind the bar. And, we were out taking pictures, and I think, the kind of open bar went within, like, 25 minutes, and
Oh,
we were
really?
probably out there for an hour, and I was like, "Oh, fuck."
I wouldn't feel bad though. Like, barely anyone pays for the bar these days. In normal working class weddings, anyway.
Yeah. I've just been to some with open bars, and I was like, I wish,"
Mm.
because that's one of the more expensive things. I mean, the venue that we had was the biggest cost, but I think it was worth it because we could have everyone kinda stay there, you know?
Mhm.
Um, but the we did pictures then, and I don't think they took too long because I was kinda like, "Okay, that's plenty, we got enough." And looking back at them, it's just like, none of these really are that great or anything that I look back on fondly because that's not who I am as a person really. But, then we came back in, dinner, speeches. That's when my dad did his speech and flamed me with my embarrassing childhood behaviors and stuff like that. And do you remember the DJ who spoke? Do you remember?
No.
Oh God. It was so awkward. She was like someone I met briefly and she decided to take the mic and talk and Sean and I were looking at each other like, "What's happening right now? Please stop talking."
God. Well, this is what I was gonna mention, because this was the first difference, I really noticed in, like, the, like, procedure of the day was the speeches.
Mhm.
So I remember, um, obviously Alex and Keith were Sean's, like, best men,
Mhm.
but I think he'd only told them the day before that he wanted them to make a speech. So they were like, "Oh my god, I've not written anything," and were really worried about it. And so it came to do the speeches. Now, in UK weddings, it tends to be like the bride and groom will say a little something or other, thanks for coming, and they thank all their groomsmen and bridesmaids. And then the couple's parents will say something. And then, like, usually the best man gives a speech, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in, I mean, I don't know if this is every wedding, but in your wedding, it was like everyone involved gave a speech.
Yeah, I think ours was probably a little unique because typically it is. I mean, if anybody wants to speak and like the bride and groom are cool with that, then I think I've been to weddings where a bunch of people do speak. And I didn't intend on speaking, but what happened is the mic just got passed down
Yeah,
the
it just
head.
got passed down the table, didn't it? We were all looking at each other like, when is this going to end?
Yeah, yep. Thankfully, everybody's was pretty short.
Yeah.
But then it went into the audience, and then like my uncle Mike talked, I think, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, that
And
was
like I said,
funny.
then the DJ.
Why
But
did you talk?
I think the tradition is, yeah, it's maybe maid of honor, best man, maybe father of the bride, father of the groom.
Mhm.
That's kind of it. And then I said thank you for coming. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I didn't prepare anything. Uh, we're we're pretty bad at, like, I think following some traditions, and then other ones that I didn't want to do. Like we did, I didn't want to do the dollar dance. Yeah, we did, and I think if my dad and I had our way, we wouldn't have done the father daughter dance. But it was kind of funny because really, I was just looking at a picture from us doing that the other day, and you could tell we both hated it because we both felt so awkward, but it also was kind of cute in how we both felt so awkward.
Yeah.
And we're like, "When is this gonna be over?" And I was like, "Dad, I tried to pick this, like, shortest song. I'm so sorry." Yeah.
Yeah, so again, that's another difference we found was the dances.
Mhm.
So obviously here it tends to just be the bride and groom do their first dance, but usually about halfway through that, everyone just joins in.
Mhm.
Um, and that's what I kept trying to do
You could
during
have. I
your
would not have
dance.
cared.
And I can't remember
I
who
would
it
have
was, but
preferred it.
someone like angrily was like, "What are you doing? No, you can't join in." And I was like, "What? Like,
I would have
but
loved
we join
that, to be
in."
honest. I should have said, "It's fine. Like, we can have a minute if people care about pictures." But again, like, I don't care about pictures, and I think that's what it is, you know?
Mm,
Um, and then, like, the symbolism of it, I suppose. But that's what I liked about, the weddings we went to last summer is that, Charlie and Silas's, for example, theirs was so cute.
it
Their
was.
little choreographed thing, and then,
Yeah.
everyone could come out.
Mhm.
I really liked that. And, I can't remember for Wix and Vicky's, did they have a first dance? I think
Yeah, they
they
did.
did, but
Yeah.
it was also, like, at some point, I think
Everyone just
everyone
joins in.
joined, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So for yours, it was you and Sean danced.
Mhm.
Then you do another dance called the dollar
God.
dance, which again I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, you get
Like,
paid.
I've never heard of a dollar dance,
I mean,
but
it's kinda
okay.
cool. You get paid to dance with the bride and the groom, or the bride and the groom get paid for people to dance with them.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I think, we made, like, probably $600, which was kinda
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yep.
Pretty good. And then you had father-daughter dance, and then it
No,
was the
sort
groom
of.
and his mum,
So, it
right?
was first dance, father, daughter, groom, or son, mother, whatever.
Mhm.
And then I think the dollar dance, or maybe we did
Oh,
the
okay.
we did some dancing and then we did the dollar dance. I don't know, honestly. I just did what I was told at some point. So,
I just wanted to dance, okay? I go to a wedding and I wanna get on that dance floor ASAP. I was like, "I can't keep dancing on the side."
you had plenty of time to get dancing in.
And I did.
The other thing that I appreciated about the weddings in the UK was, you know, they didn't do, like, I don't think anyone did, like, the garter shit, which I think is really kinda gross, you know, have you seen those where people like, the bride sits in the chair and the groom, like, sexily
Yeah.
pulls it off her
Why
leg
would
with
you wanna do that in front of your
it's
parents?
yeah, I agree. We didn't do it, but it's one of those things, and I think you knew this, I DJ'd weddings for a while and did,
Mm.
like, DJ'd karaoke for a while, and so I've seen a lot of different things at weddings. There's another one where people, like, they sit the bride and groom back to back, and then they ask questions, and it's like, "Who is the messiest?" And then they, like, hold up either
Oh,
the bride's
yeah.
shoe or the groom's shoe, and, you know, there's the bouquet toss, and I think like, kind of there's an equivalent to the garter toss for the groom, or maybe the garter toss is the equivalent to the bouquet toss or something like that, and I did throw my bouquet. I think my cousin Levi got it, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's
I
so
don't remember.
freaking tall. He just, like his arm
Plucked it out the air.
Yep, pretty much. He just, like, reached over and grabbed it. I think he did. I can't remember for sure, Levi, you'll have to correct me if that's wrong. Um, but I just like I said, it's for other people, and there's a lot of just things that I think people enjoy, which is why you do it, you know, and then you
Mm.
cut the cake and shove it in each other's face and all of that. Um,
Yeah, I do love going to a wedding because it's just a huge all-day party that you've not
mhm,
had to do any organising for. It's
yeah,
brilliant.
unless you're in the wedding party, which
Yeah.
I suppose when you came over to ours, um, you got to just enjoy it, not being involved in it, but then you
Mhm.
were in Charlie's as a bridesmaid,
Mhm.
so there was a lot more to
Hey,
it for
hold
that
on.
one.
I was the maid of honour.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were the
Mm.
maid of honor. I forgot. My bad.
But
My
again,
bad.
me and Charlie are pretty sort of laid back and, aren't the type of girls that have spent years dreaming about our big day. That's
Mhm.
not us. So
Me
sort of when
neither.
it came to it, I was like, what what are my duties as a maid of honor? Like what do I need to do? And she was like, I don't know. Just be here, make sure nothing goes terribly wrong. Help me with stuff. I was like, okay, fine.
My maid of honor was my friend Lauren, and I think she similarly was like, "Am I supposed to be doing stuff?" And I go, "You know what? I don't think so." But then I have like my mom and other people saying, "No, she's supposed to be organizing the bridal shower and the bachelorette party and this and this." And I was like, "No, I'm not. She's not. She's not doing that. She's not going to do that. We're not."
Yeah, that's the only thing I did know that I had to do was to organise the hen party.
Which is kind of a fun thing, right?
Yeah, it was fun, but it's quite difficult organising. I think it was like
Hmm.
13 women to all be available on one day and all enjoy all the activities. Um, it was really
What did
good
you
in the
guys?
end, but it was quite stressful.
Yeah, what did you do again? Because I remember being sad that I couldn't go.
So
Well, I
we
wasn't
went
invited either,
to
but
well, it's because you live so fucking far away, Kate. Um, we did during the day we did a dance class. So we did like a Lindy Hop dance class.
Oh, fun.
And initially, Charlie wanted like a pole dance class.
That hoe.
Yeah. Which would have been really fun, but no one wanted to do it.
Oh, I would've.
So I
Probably
just,
would've broke something, but I would've.
yeah, same. But I needed a certain amount of people to do it in order to
Ah,
justify like the cost and the class. So that then got changed to a Lindy Hop dance class, which was really fun and really funny. And then we all went out in the evening to a like burlesque and drag show.
mhm.
And again, that was a lot of fun. We drank a lot of cocktails. And generally I just had a wonderful time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think we need to normalize having I guess we'd have to call it something else, because, and I do think it's interesting that you guys call them hen and stag parties, and ours are just bachelor and bachelorette parties, but,
Yeah.
or hen dos, right?
Hmm.
And but normalize, basically just going out to celebrate something and making that person wear dumb sashes and hold a giant inflatable penis or something.
Yeah. Like Charlie was quite vocal that she did not want like penis straws and things
Yeah.
like that. She didn't want it to be cheesy or too over the top. But I did buy sashes because I was like, you have to have something a
We need
little
people to
bit
know you're
nice.
a bride, yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me, I was very blessed that I had a lot of people who wanted to kinda do stuff, like 2 of my friends, you might remember Casey and Jamie, who
Mhm.
kinda helped with the stuff at the lodge too.
Yeah.
They put together a co-bridal shower, so it was really, like, me and Sean and all our friends and stuff, and
Oh,
I just wanted
nice.
to hang out, like, if we're gonna have a party, like, fine, but no one needs to bring us gifts, and we got some, which was great, but we didn't need to, and I remember sitting around, uh, opening them, and one was a vibrator from my friend Brittany's mom, and I was like, "Oh, my mom's right there, and that's fun. Thank you." But I think that's kinda I don't know if you guys have bridal showers or not, but, like, I think that's a little bit of like, you give the bride gifts for the honeymoon, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess some people probably do. I've never been to one though. So,
It's kinda like a baby shower,
mm,
like, and then you also have to get 'em a wedding gift too, so
yeah,
it seems
things like
just
that
a
do
little bit
seem to be
dumb.
coming over because we never used to have baby showers here, and now that's a thing.
Yeah.
Um,
No, you let us all know how strongly you felt about baby showers, and I think what you said was, "I'm not gonna get you a gift for not wearing protection," or something like that. I think it was episode 1.
I'm so lovely.
Mm. It's fair though. It just I get why people do it because it's kinda like, housewarming party
Hmm.
too, or even getting wedding gifts, it's kinda to start the new life, but it also
Yeah.
I don't know,
Don't get me
like,
wrong, I
is
love
that
a
that
party, but it's just
mm,
like it's the forced fun
yeah,
and the pressure of having to buy decent gifts for
yeah,
people. Like birthdays and
mhm,
Christmas is enough. It's enough
right.
pressure.
I agree. That's why we didn't want gifts, in fact. We're like, "If you wanna get us anything, just give us money so we can pay for this wedding." Uh,
Oh, it was a great day though. That lodge was awesome.
yeah, it was nice.
I also remember the next day having to drive back because it was quite a way from where you guys lived, wasn't it? Or where we were
Yeah, it was
staying.
in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah. And we'd hired like a big, like a multi-purpose bus.
Wasn't it a minivan?
Yeah, like a minivan. And I think we'd agreed before, like, who was gonna drive there, who was gonna drive back, and it was my turn to drive back. And I have never been so hungover or so sick, like, I literally nearly threw up in my mouth about 5 times on the way back, and I had to keep pulling over. I was like, "Guys, like" but everyone was in the same boat. It wasn't like
Yeah.
anyone felt good, and they were like, "We all felt the same." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm literally like, like, oh, it's so
Well,
bad."
you mentioned on another episode about your boyfriend throwing up and passing out early. He probably felt the best.
Probably, yeah, because he slept through the whole thing. But I don't think he could drive because he was too young at the time.
Oh, yeah, he was like 15.
He was not 15. I'm not a paedophile, okay? He was
I think you
just
also could only have how it works here is you can add drivers, but it's expensive and people need to have certain, like, credentials and stuff, so you guys probably just picked a few of you to do it, right?
yeah, I think and you had to be over 25, I think, or
Oh,
26, and
yeah,
he was like
probably.
a year under, so he couldn't
Mhm.
drive.
He was
Um,
loving life.
yeah, just got chauffeured around for the whole 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good though, good times.
Mhm. No, I think, I was just thinking about that I had 2 hen dos. One was in Sioux City with Casey and Jamie and some of my, like, work friends, and I too did not want, like, big inflatable dicks and all of that, but they took me to, the one gay bar in Sioux City that was having, like, an all-male review. So, lots of men dancing, and it was fun and cheesy and stuff, and I enjoyed it, but I was also like, "This is n not my style. I would have been fine with just,
Yeah.
going somewhere and having a couple drinks, and then we ended up some of my bridesmaids and I ended up going to Vegas too, which was fun. I mean, it was a lot because as they say, the city I think they say the city that never sleeps. Maybe no,
Yeah.
that might be New York. Anyway, and I think there were times when we were up until like 4 a.m. and I'm just like, I can't believe it's 4 a.m. and, just like constant noise and drinking, and it was a lot. And thankfully, none of the gals made me wear, I don't think I had to wear like a penis. Maybe I had like a crown or something like that, but it was pretty low key.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well, like, hen do's and stag do's can be, like, crazy now. Like, people will go away for,
Yeah.
like, a week to a foreign country, and it can cost,
Jeez.
like, a couple of grand each. It's like, guys, like, that's mental.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it's like an opportunity to have a vacation and there's just like a focus on it,
Yeah,
but
I
I
guess
just don't
so.
know if I could, you know, people get asked. I know some people who've been in a ton of weddings, and I'm just like, yeah. And then every time you have to go away for a week, and that would be
Yeah.
really, I, yeah. I don't know if I could do that, and then
Mm,
pay for the dress. That's something I felt bad for because I would have loved to have been able to absorb all those costs for my bridesmaids, but
mm,
you know, I didn't think I was going to get married, let alone in my, kind of mid to late 20s.
yeah.
And I was a public defender, so didn't exactly make bank. And I tried to emphasize to my bridesmaids, like, I don't care. You pick a dress you like, feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be expensive. I really don't care. Um, do as little as or as much as you'd like. Cause like my friend Allison had to come from Ohio. So
Oh,
she,
yeah.
it was kind of a journey for her in addition to you guys, which is why, like, I appreciate that Keith and Alex were willing to be in the wedding. Um, but I also didn't want to put a lot of pressure on you guys because you had to travel here and, the car and accommodation because we couldn't put everyone up in our homes. And so I just wanted to make it as easy as possible and not like stressful for you guys. I know those spray tans were stressful though.
Was a bit stressful. Yeah, never had one before.
They're good though.
They are good.
Better for you. Anyway.
Better than sunbeds.
So the weddings this last summer, though, were there things that even kind of deviated from the norm of traditional UK weddings, or do you think nowadays things are, it's up to the bride and the groom?
Yeah, I think it's just up to them, really.
Mhm.
I don't know. Some people can be really particular about how things are going to go, and it's a very regimented day, and you're going to have the ceremony, and then you're going to go here for drinks, and then we're going to do this and that, and da da da. Da.
Yeah.
But then,
Hmm.
yeah, I guess our friends are pretty chilled about it, which is quite
Yeah.
nice.
Thank God. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Weddings, marriage, love. You're next, Gemma, and you know, I'll officiate if you do it in Minnesota.
Okay. Noted. I don't actually particularly want to get married.
Yeah, I was the same way.
But yeah, maybe, you never know. Maybe I'll meet someone and fall head over heels in love and want to marry them. But one, I don't have the money for a wedding. And two, I don't know. Just, I don't want to sound really depressing, but I don't know whether I believe in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just because so many marriages end in divorce. And
Yeah.
maybe I'll just have a big party, you know?
Well, how about this? You just pick a year, a big birthday, and we're just gonna have a very wedding-like celebration for you.
Yes. Yeah, I would like a nice dress. So yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll
You
buy a
can
nice white dress.
shove some cake in your mouth, get some
Yeah.
gifts,
Mhm.
have it
Yeah.
with whoever the fuck you want.
This sounds great.
Perfect. Into
Right.
it. I'll get to planning.
Deal. It's my 35th next year, so
God, that's so soon. Can I have a little more time?
Okay, we'll aim for my 40th then.
That'll do. That'll do. That'll give everyone time to plan, and if you wanna you can pick where you if we need to travel, all of that.
Cool. All right, deal.
And then you'll probably meet your future husband on that day, and it'll, you know,
Like a fairy
no one will
tale.
wanna come to your wedding because we already basically did that.
Didn't you just have a wedding?
No, it was my wedding birthday.
Celebrating the love for myself, okay? Right, I have a question for you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So I heard something yesterday, and I want to
Mhm.
know if this is true. So I heard
Okay.
that in America, the word shag means something different. So I heard that it means to collect or pick up. So, for example, a physical ed teacher could say, "Kids, go and shag your balls." Is this correct?
I I am I pleased or sad? I'm not sure. I am one of those things to say, that is correct. Go
That's
shag the
amazing.
balls. Yep. Go shag the balls. Shag carpet is a type of carpet.
Yeah, I know about shag carpet.
Yeah, but it definitely does not mean to fuck.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Ah,
I think Austin Powers actually
like
made
introduced
us
that.
well, I'm sure there's probably other people probably knew that that was something that the Brits say, but I think Austin Powers really kinda hit it home so that when kids would hear their PE teacher say, "Go shag the balls, kids," then that's when they'd be like, "Shag the balls." But yeah, that's funny. Is that what Gemma had asked you to ask me?
Yeah. I didn't
Well,
know that.
mhm. Yep, and, like, well, I don't know if we use snog in any other context. I don't think that's really a word here that is used, but I know that means to, like, suck face.
To make out.
Make out, yeah. Oh, it's
Awesome.
funny, but it goes back to, root. I'm gonna fucking root you.
Give him a good old rooting.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
funny.
that's funny.
Mm,
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, now today I learned, or today you learned that, shagging means fucking and collecting balls,
I
which
did.
could be a euphemism for touching balls.
Touching them balls.
Touch those balls, baby.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. I mean, I didn't know whether they were just taking the piss because they often do that and will tell me
Mhm.
stuff,
Mhm.
and I believe it. And then later find out that they were completely taking the piss. So I was like, well, I'm going to ask Kate.
I wonder how he heard that or learned about that. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Je- Gemma, write in how you know about that, please.
Yeah, if you
At
could elaborate.
talkshittous@gmail.com. Don't forget, we have an email now.
Okay. I'd also like to read you some funny stories I found.
Yes,
Um,
please.
and I'd also like to use this opportunity again to encourage our listeners to send in any of their own embarrassing stories or, silly situations they've been in.
Weird traditions from weddings.
Yeah,
Yeah, stuff
that would
like
be
that.
good.
Anything really. Doesn't have to be anything related to what we're talking about. Just if you want to just share something with us about yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like a thread of people that have just done something really embarrassing in a stupid situation, basically. So my dentist asked his assistant to suction, in brackets, the water out of my mouth, but I thought he was talking to me, so I sucked his finger. I'm mortified.
No. That is making my skin crawl a little bit actually, because I'm envisioning doing that to my dentist, and ugh,
Can you imagine?
bless.
Oh, okay. I meant to say, hold on for a second and give me a minute to a customer, and it came out as hold me for a second. What a Monday.
I love those. Like when someone's saying like, "Enjoy your trip," and you say, "You too,"
Yeah.
and you're not going anywhere. Mm.
Or if you just confuse like two words. I've often
Yeah.
done it with like, what was the one I did the other day? I think it was cheers and great. And I was just like, cheers.
Careers.
That's not a word.
Yeah.
Okay. I was at the airport and the TSA agent told, told me to scan my license face down, but I just heard scan your face down. So I put my face on the scanner and waited. I wish this was a joke, but no, it happened. And the TSA guy could not stop laughing, and now I have to go into WITSEC.
Oh god.
Oh, fucking hell.
Ooh, and the amount of people that were probably there and saw that too, just because airports are so busy.
Yeah. Just
Mm.
putting your face on the fucking scanner.
I'd be like, "I have to go die now."
Yeah, I'm leaving. Okay. Oh, this is like the previous one. So one time I went to hand someone a bowl of hot soup and my brain tried to say, it's careful, it's hot, and here's your soup. So instead I blurted out, careful, it's soup.
Oh, that would have made me laugh a lot if I were that like customer. It still works. Careful in soup. You know what to do.
Yeah. Do you know the one I always do is when the delivery guy brings a takeaway round and he says, enjoy your food. And I go, you too.
Yes, that.
Like, fuck.
Exactly. Mhm.
He doesn't have
Yep.
any food.
The poor guy's probably so hungry. What else? This makes me feel better about my life, I'm not gonna lie.
Same. Okay, was once followed by an oddball in the supermarket. I was frightened, so I started to speed up. So did he. Ended up with him literally chasing me up and down the aisle. And eventually he caught up, and then he asked if he could have his trolley back.
Why wouldn't you just say, "Ma'am, that's my cart,"
I know.
or "Sir"? I didn't mean to assume that person's gender, but like you're just running up and you just be like, "You have my cart."
Oh. Okay, I was in a park and a lady loudly called out, anyone who wants ice cream, come over here. So I headed over with several
Oh
others.
no.
She handed out the ices to all of them and then asked me, who are you? And I realised the rest were all her family. 30 years later, I still cringe.
I mean, if you're a little kid, come on. Yeah. I mean, even as an adult, I'd be like, "Well, I want ice cream." Are you giving it
Yeah,
away?
I'll come. Oh, this one's a good one. Right. So I meant to say, oh crap, I left my phone in my car. But what I almost said was, oh no, I left my cone in my far. And damn, wouldn't have that been embarrassing. But I caught myself. And what I actually said was, my fart cone.
Just imagine being the person hearing that.
Just be like, what?
What?
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's great.
So next time, let's spend the next week thinking about those moments that now make us lie awake at night and we can share some. I know I've got some because I'm an embarrassing, awkward person.
Mm.
And, the Trevor might be an idiot story is one of them, but I know I've got more than that. So that's your homework, okay, G?
Okay. I can think of one now
Oh,
that
share it. Do it.
haunts me. It's just like a really stupid thing, but it's one of those memories that just replays in my head over and over, especially when I'm trying to go to sleep. So I was out to dinner with a load of friends, and someone mentioned seasoning on their food. And at the time, I'd been listening to a Nicki Minaj song a lot, where she says, "Let it soak in like seasoning." So I said that, and literally everyone just stopped and stared at me. And someone was like, "All right, fucking hell." And that just makes my skin crawl. I just think, why did I fucking do that? Like, it's so embarrassing.
Who are you with? Because I feel like I would have loved that and accepted that.
Thank
So
you.
those people need to be cut from your life. I don't care if it's Keith or other people that I care about. Dead to us. Dead to us.
Dead to us. But yeah, that's just, it's one of those little things. I bet no one even remembers it, but I fucking remember it every night.
It's like the thoughts that you roll through. That's just one of them.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
this,
terrible.
I guess I do have one that's kind of embarrassing, but it's also kind of sad. You ready?
Oh, no, okay.
Okay. So I, for whatever reason, don't like when people compliment me, it makes me very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And so one time I was meeting with my boss, and I don't remember, it was probably following a report I had to write or something. And he was saying some nice things about it, and I started to cry because I didn't know how to react.
Oh, bless you.
And then he started to cry
Oh, no.
because he was so uncomfortable. And I think he also was like, this is so sad that I paid her a compliment and her reaction is to cry because of it. That
So you're
it
both
just,
just
and
standing there crying.
yeah, and his was like a little, like, I think his eyes just kind of teared up and he kind of like, and I was like, oh fuck, I made him cry. Um, of course, me crying, it's just like tears, and I'm just like, thank you, that's so nice of you to say. But yeah, not really, I think shaped our relationship from then on, because even now that we're remote and not in the same room, I'm still like so awkward. I think I really make him uncomfortable because of how awkward I am. That he's like, I need to not talk to you anymore. I have to go.
That's why you're still remote and not allowed back in the
Yeah,
office.
everyone else is in the office except for me. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. They've just done a really good job with their backgrounds, making it look like they're at home. So like, if she knows we're here, she's gonna come.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Really funny. Oh,
I
I've got
love
cheeks to it.
us, and we're so awkward. Yeah.
But yeah, let's try and think of some more of those. And if anyone has their own that they want to share, that would be super great.
That you want to share on a recorded podcast with millions and millions of followers, please
Mm-hmm.
do. We'll keep you anonymous, like I said.
Yep.
Or if you just want to join in our shame.
Yeah. We'll
We
call it
appreciate the solidarity.
Shame Corner.
Perfect. Shame corner. So I thought this might be fun. I want to read you a post,
Okay.
and basically it's one of those am I the asshole things, right? You know
Yeah.
that? Okay. So I just found one, and I just want to know what your answer is, and then I'll
Okay.
share maybe what the consensus is too. Okay.
So I get to decide if they're an asshole or not.
Yep. So
Cool.
I think it's like you're the asshole, not the asshole, everyone's an asshole.
Okay.
Those are kind of the choices, but
Yeah.
okay. So the title is Am I the asshole for not carrying my wife's purse?
Mm.
I, a 32-year-old male, work fully remote, and my wife, a 30-year-old female, works 2 to 3 days in the office. On days where she commutes in the morning, I wake up early with her, make us French press coffee while she gets ready, and I walk her to the ferry, which is approximately a 5 minute walk, and then approximately a 5 to 10 minute wait for the ferry onboarding. On our walks, she insists that I carry her purse, saying that her bag is heavy, that she has to carry it all day, and that if I carry it on the walk, it would mean a lot to her. I told her that she's putting me in an awkward situation where I need to either A, carry her purse, which I would prefer not to do, or B, have an argument first thing in the morning because I refuse to carry her purse. Maybe I'm just stubborn, but to me, carrying my wife's purse and then standing in line with all the commuters waiting to board the ferry as I hold my wife's purse for her commute into work is a bit emasculating and humiliating. She, on the other hand, thinks that it would be a nice gesture, and the fact that it I find oh, there's a typo. The fact that I find it embarrassing for me is irritating because I should A, care more about what she thinks than what other people think, and B, be comfortable enough in my own skin not to feel emasculated or humiliated. So, what do you think? Am I the asshole for telling my wife I don't want to carry her purse?
Hmm. I mean, is she asking him to carry it all the time?
From what I gather is it's almost every walk because it says on our walk she insists that I carry her purse. So each time he walks her to the ferry, and it sounds like then they get on the ferry together and he holds it on the ferry for her too.
Wow. Um,
Or
um
she wants him to anyways.
yeah, I mean, I kind of see both perspectives, to be honest. Um, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I think it's okay to ask a guy to hold your purse like every now and then if it's super heavy and they don't have to. But equally, he's doing a nice thing for her by waking up early in the morning and making her coffee and walking her to the ferry. He doesn't have to do that. And now she's like, take my fucking purse too. But
Mhm.
I do think he needs to man up in a sense of like, why do you feel emasculated holding a purse? Get over it. Everyone knows it's not your purse, mate.
So, I think the general consensus is kind of like if carrying a purse for your wife who you're with and the optics of other like from other people and how they're perceiving that you find emasculating, like one response was go to therapy. Like, I think if you're really concerned about people seeing you with this purse and what they might think, I think they're also going to realize that you're probably holding it for your wife. And then they
Exactly.
would probably think that's nice. Another comment was, where is it? The other night at a bar, I asked my partner to watch my purse while I went to the ladies. When I came back, he was gone, my purse was gone, and I was like, and then I saw him up at the bar getting drinks, talking with people, and happily parading around while wearing my purse. No fragile masculinity there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I honestly don't know if people really would think twice about it. And if
No.
they did, like, then they're kind of the problem.
Mhm.
But I also think, like, girl, maybe you need to figure out something else. Like, maybe you need a backpack to
Yeah.
make it easier. And that's I think what some other people were saying is someone said, not the asshole. She needs to find an independent solution here. Um, and someone else said, look, I find it ridiculous, hilarious when men behave like purses are poop grenades. You should really question yourself why you are embarrassed and what she is trying to tell you. However, asking you to carry it every day is also ridiculous. If she can't carry her purse, she should find an independent solution. So I'm kind of like, if the purse is the issue, put it in something else so maybe he could carry it and
Yeah.
not feel like he's being emasculated. But I'm also like, if for whatever reason he can't walk her anymore and she's on her own, is she going to be okay?
Yeah, what was she gonna do if he's not there?
Yeah,
Stop putting so
I
much
don't know.
shit in your bag, okay?
Yeah, I picked this one because I do think I sometimes get really annoyed by this whole like fragile masculinity kind of thing, like, oh, I don't want to assume gay, like that we sometimes hear. And it's really annoying because it just is like, what is that actually really saying? And let's dig into that. And there are times when I've heard guys, say things where it's like, oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't want people to think I'm gay or a woman or whatever. And it's just like, I don't think people are thinking that,
No. It's like this whole alpha thing that's
Mm-hmm.
going on at the moment. And my thoughts on that are, if you consider yourself or call yourself an alpha, then I'm going to wait for the beta because
Mm-hmm.
you're clearly full of bugs.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the round 2 rollout because you need to do some work on the viruses you have inside you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think one day we should spend some time talking a little bit about like toxic masculinity and some of the kind of uh, pressures that society put on men and this masculinity, and kind of perhaps why we see some of the shit we see,
Yeah.
and like why women have to, moderate their behavior in order to stay safe and also deal with things,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, oh, I was just complimenting you, and kind of just be like, well, it felt gross to me. And I think I should be able to say that without being told that I need to lighten up,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I agree. For another time.
Yeah. But if anybody's got some experiences with that they want to share that we could use to illustrate that kind of concept, we'd love to hear them. Though I know, Gemma, you and I probably have plenty of our own. So,
Yeah.
well, some fun bants today.
Bit of bants, lovely. Enjoyed it.
Bants. Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like we talked some good shit today, and I'm a little bit shit tired.
I'm a bit shitted out.
Bit shitted out, as they say. Yep. But until next time.
Until next time.
G-Bag. Remember when I was telling you the other day about how it's hard for me to leave my home because I don't want to leave my blender?
Yeah, your emotional support blender, you called it, which I thought was weird and maybe a little problematic.
I said it feels like my emotional support blender because of how many smoothies I make and how good I feel these days because of them.
Okay, go on.
Well, I found something the other day that may solve my problem.
Oh, tell me more.
I discovered this thing called BlendJet 2. It's a portable blender that you can use basically anywhere or anytime.
Seems messy.
I know, but it doesn't look like it is. BlendJet 2 is portable, so you can blend up a smoothie at work, a protein shake at the gym, or even a margarita on the beach.
More like a margarita at work, know what I'm saying?
Or that, but it's also small enough to fit in a cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through tough ingredients like ice and frozen fruit with ease. BlendJet 2 is whisper quiet, so you can make your morning smoothie without waking up the whole house, and it lasts 15 plus blends and recharges quickly via USB-C. Best of all, BlendJet 2 cleans itself. Just blend water with a drop of soap and you're good to go. So, not messy at all, I don't think.
Okay, I'm intrigued. And now I want a margarita.
Me too. It looks like there's tons of different styles and colors, so you can have a margarita BlendJet for work, a protein BlendJet for the car, and a
Soup BlendJet for the forest?
sure.
Oh, I want the camo one because I am a certified badass.
Just don't lose it in the woods.
Okay, so what are we waiting for? These look awesome.
I know. What are you waiting for? Go to blendjet.com and grab yours today. And be sure to use the promo code TSPOD12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. BlendJet feels so strongly that no other portable blender on the market comes close to the quality, power, and innovation of the BlendJet 2. They'll guarantee you love it or your money back.
Gotta love the confidence and the ability to blend anytime, anywhere with the BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code TSPOD12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping.
Shop today and get the best deal ever. I'll cheers you with our BlendJet margaritas next time I see you.
Brilliant. Cheers.